It's a rematch of one of the great NFL playoff games of all time. The Chargers and Dolphins underway from Miami.
DeAndre Carter now from his end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Throwing first play is Herbert.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, if they have any thoughts of coming in here and getting this road victory, that's not the way to start it out on the first play of the game.
Yeah, one thing you always say when you go on the road, take the crowd out of the game. They actually brought the crowd into it by permitting that sack right out of the gate.
After the sack on first down, Herbert uses the stiff arm, and he'll wind up getting this to the 32. A play that started at the 16, and that's how many yards they get. First down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Here's the first carry for Austin Ekeler, and he'll work this one up to about the 38. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. It's Ekeler again. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. Herbert now.
He'll get this out wide to Ekeler.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Well, that's how you use your safety valve, CD. He didn't appear to be the intended target, but they got it to him, and he was able to get just enough to pick up the first.
And what a great example of where we are right now in the NFL, because if you're a running back, you're not just going to carry it. You got to catch it out of the backfield.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Dolphins will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Now Tua. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Derwin James with a pick.
And the Chargers are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Well, at least it wasn't a turnover like the last drive. You'd think they'd make an adjustment and be ready to make up for that turnover. Instead, just another big play for the defense on that snap.
Herbert has it knocked free.
Well, they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And they put it on the ground here on the second drive. And, of course, Charles, that follows drive number 1 where they had the INT.
makes you wonder what's going on with this team, because a lot of times we can attribute it to nerves, but maybe it's a lack of focus. Maybe it's the preparation for the game. Maybe they just came into a little lackadaisical, because that's just not looking good at all. That's just not the football that we came here to see.
That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Now, that was a big run. It takes them all the way down to the 1-yard line, and that'll shake the confidence of any defense. So when they're looking for a little bit of support now, looking at their defensive coordinator, if I'm him, I dial up some pressure. I just go after him, because otherwise you're still playing back on your heels, and that's not going to help your defense at all.
No gain there as he kept it himself at second down.
Ready.
Now Tua going to try and sneak it. And this time he breaks the plane. He's in for a touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Dolphins use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
And the sneak works on 2nd and goal. They didn't wait until it was 4th down to try and get him across.
No, and I think if you're the QB, you like these plays, don't you? I mean, you want to hand it off sometimes, but also prove that you can get it in there as well.
Yeah, it makes you really part of the gang, doesn't it? It makes you part of the crew, and it really bonds you with those big offensive linemen, because then you get to celebrate with the big fellas.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now a 7-0 game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
From his end zone, here comes Carter.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. There he goes left side. Past the 20. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Chargers.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach, his head coach, to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone.
And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 7-7, our score after one. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty...
And that's caught inside the 35.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
But they didn't ease into that drive right out of the turnover. They go for the big shot downfield and hit it. A lot of teams have that opportunity, but not every coach is going to greenlight that type of a play call. I love their aggressiveness.
Tua now on first down. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum, because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Back to the air on second down. Tagovailoa getting this out to the flat. Mostert. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. 3rd and 1, and Tua wants to throw it. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. Mostert is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Shot, 17.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
50 Fury.
One more time with Mostert. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Raheem Mostert, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 14-7. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Charger drive about to get going.
And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
On first down, it's Herbert. And that nearly trouble, but it's incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Herbert. And this one too low.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Herbert back to the air. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
After the turnover, it's Tua. That swung out to Mostert. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. And it took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
Okay, right.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Here's Tua. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Ready.
2 to throw again. He is going to find Hill here. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 26. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Here we go. Red, yellow.
Tua now on first down. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. On first and 10, it's Mostert. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
10 cycles.
Second down, here's Mostert again.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Ready.
From back at the 3 now. This is 3rd and goal.
Ready.
From the gun, it's Tua. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins.
Raheem Mostert in the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins would extend their lead here just before halftime.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 21-7.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. Fields this way up at the 17.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. Herbert's throw there complete to Allen.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackle for a 2-yard loss in the backfield.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
On 2nd and 12, Tua. Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
Let's go.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on third.
White.
Looking to pass. Tua. Got a man on the right sideline. That's Hill. It was third and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards.
A lot of deflated looks on that defense. It seems like they just cannot find a way to get a key stop on third down. Here's another conversion, and now this offense, they're in a position to go up even further as they've got it first and goal.
Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep.
And he will score. Touchdown, Miami.
Tua finding his old Alabama teammate Jalen Waddle. And the Dolphins take a 3-touchdown lead.
Always important to get the first score in the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not.